Hi, my name is Angela Munjone, and this is my video for the community conversation for Module 1. I have two children, Spencer and Gabrielle, who I am very proud of. Spencer is a Penn State graduate, and Gabrielle is currently a student at East Stroudsburg University. My education, I graduated from Cedar Crest College with a major in mathematics and secondary education. I then went to get my master's in classroom technology at Wilkes University, and currently I'm working on the STEM endorsement at Millersville University. Teaching experience, I currently am teaching at Northampton Area High School. This has been my one and only position as a mathematics teacher. I have taught Algebra 1, also the applied algebras, Algebra 2, both regular and honors, Geometry, both regular and honors, and honors college algebra. I am very involved with the school as I chaperone many dances. I always go to prom and go to field trips and other events that are offered. I am always at graduation. I am currently also the Northampton Area Educators Association treasurer, and I recently have started teaching summer school. Some of my interests are going to concerts, amusement parks. I do like my roller coasters. I like the calmness of the beach. Our family likes to go to Yankees games. We've never been to see the Eagles, though we do watch them on TV. It's too cold outside to sit out there. And I've been known to go and with friends to some paint and sip parties. STEM endorsement. Why do I want to get the STEM endorsement? Well, I believe STEM is student-driven. I want students to learn how to become really good problem solvers. I want them to realize that to survive in the real world, they need some skills, like logical reasoning, having a good work ethic, preparing for the future, meaning their personal decision makings, being aware of their surroundings, and becoming a team player. I also feel that STEM provides a gateway to further education, whether that will be college or technical institutions, for these upcoming students in their future endeavors. 7 strategies of assessment for learning. In that textbook in chapter 1, I noticed that the strategies for assessment for learning were broken down actually into 3 subtitles: where am I going, where am I now, and how can I close the gap. Where am I going kind of has the students consider why they're learning something. So we provide learning objectives and also show students what good work versus not so good work looks like. Where am I now? That's where the students get involved in not only getting feedback from teacher, but also giving feedback to themselves and knowing how to teach themselves some self-assessment. And finally, how can I close the gap? Well, here we use evidence to guide teaching, practice with feedback before assessment, and reflect on learning. So the students have an overall feel of, do they know this material well enough before they're actually going to be tested to see if they do in fact know. So we're doing some formative assessment before actually getting to any summative assessment, because we do need summative assessment, in order for them to have a grade for the course. Assessment as learning. That article, a little bit different, some similarities, but some differences. Here students work independently after watching a video or having some form of instruction from the teacher. Students break up into groups for discussion. And then there's a self-correction, what they knew versus what they feel they've learned. Students will work together to perform the task. They will collaborate and write reports, but then each student presents their findings individually, which I believe gives the teacher a more accurate reading of what the student has learned. Similarities with the 2 models. Students are giving learning objectives. That's important, no matter which type of model that you're using. Students in both models are engaged in learning, self-correcting, and collaboration with others. and students self-reflect about their learning, which is an important component. How do they fundamentally differ? Well, in the chapter, I saw that students self-correct and collaborate before a formal assessment in the 7 strategies model. Reflecting deepens understanding, but is not a written assignment. Individual assessments are given, and goal focuses to get better, to prove ability, and sometimes students just want to get it done. They want to get a grade. In the other model, students self-correct and collaborate during the assessment. Reflecting is done by completing a self-correction sheet, and students come together to complete a group task or assessment. My philosophy, I feel that I identify more with the 7 strategies because I'm more inclined to give both group and individual assessments to students. I do see value in project-based assessments, though honestly I would not use them regularly in my mathematics classroom. I wish I could integrate, maybe work with the physics teachers or the chemistry teacher to do some sort of co-hybrid project-based assessment with that. I think the lab time lends itself better for those teachers to be able to do project-based assessments and have that more collaboration with students and each other. I'm always seeking students to become their own advocates for learning, as well as pushing them to see value in the mistakes and learning from those mistakes. I don't always give points for work. The students complain, but I don't always give points. I tell them you can't get a reward for everything you do. I want them to gain some personal pride, I guess, if you will, by knowing that they've actually learned something, and they didn't just get points because they jumped through some hoop that they were told that they had to do. I'm a big advocate for student reflection, and I offer test corrections, which includes a reflection piece on a regular basis. The students have to write about their mistakes, they have to tell me where they make their mistake, and they do find a lot of value in that assignment. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope everyone in the class gains some really good, strong skills that they can take back to their classroom. Have a good night.